And welcome to the Doctor Strange Show. Yes, I am Dr. Stephen Strange. Sometimes I sound American, sometimes I sound English, but I'm always here to fight the dark magic that exists in the world. And I'm here to answer your advice questions about the holidays, turkeys, and sometimes traffic. Sometimes people call in and they say, hey, should I take the 8th Street Bridge? And I'm like, no, never.
Hello, Stevie.
I was about to introduce
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. Hi. This is Clea.
Yes.
Clea, your fiance.
Yes, Clea.
Clea, your fiance.
Yes, Clea.
Okay.
Yes, Clea Domamu. I can hear you.
Great.
Yes. Well done.
Is that my last name? I never knew that.
I assumed Clea Domamu is your last name because your father is Domamu.
I mean, that's true. That's my daddy's name.
My eternal and evil enemy who I shall vanquish in the end battles.
I know everyone has tough relationships with their in-laws.
But we are here. It's the holiday season of the apocalypse. I mean, I don't think anybody can doubt that 2020 was an apocalyptic year.
I don't want to take too much credit for it, but I think 2020 is going smashingly for an apocalypse. We're doing a great job.
I mean, that is what, of course, a child of the dark dimension would say.
Stevie, you also know, right, that our child is going to be a grandchild of the dark dimension.
Clear.
Yes, Stevie.
We have not discussed children, and I thank you very much. Do not do it on the air.
Ooh, maybe we'll have to do that during our baby shower next year.
Those are private matters!
This is the internet, Steve Areno. Nothing is private.
Well, actually, we're on the radio now. And yes, we are, as you announced correctly, we are broadcasting this to podcast land. I don't quite understand. When I think of pods, you see, I think of, pellets and, little birthing demons of the demons of Denok. That's what I think about.
Ooh, I love the demons of Denok. They're so cute.
Yes, they are very cute.
Yeah.
Of course, we do this radio show, this holiday special every year for the patrons of 2020 and the many denizens of the multiverse. And, as we announced last year, 2020 was supposed to be Dr. Stephen Julius Strange's wedding to Clea. Clea, do you have a middle name?
I'm going to be honest, Steve Arini. In the dark dimension, we don't have last names. That's like a human on Earth.
So are you Clea, daughter of Dumamu?
I am Clea, period.
Are you like a Cleon? Like Wolf, son of Moog?
I don't understand that reference. I'm much more...
That's how you know it truly is the dark dimension, because they do not have Star Trek!
I'm a lot more like... Ooh, what's that cartoon called that you have here? It's so good. I am much more like Aang. It's just like Aang, period, and everyone knows he's super great, and like the Avatar and very powerful, so like I'm Clea, period, very
Let's
powerful.
Let's put a pause on this right now, Clea. How in the holy dark dimension do you know Avatar, The Last Airbender?
Steve-erific, you know I love cartoons, so I've been watching a ton of cartoons because we're stuck inside and you won't let me go outside without a mask on, and I'm just too gorge for that.
Folks, I'm going to tell you, as you are eternal listeners of the Doctor Strange advice, traffic, and culinary recipe shows, we'll get to the meringue pie at 9:30 a.m. In the 9:30 a.m. segment. But you know that Clea is truly from the darkest of dimensions because she thinks that Avatar: The Last Airbender movie is good.
It is good.
It's her favorite movie.
It is 10 out of 10 my favorite. If you would like to hear me review it, hit us up on the social media we don't have.
Clea, we've gone quite a bit of time here. We should probably explain who we are, just in case anyone is a new listener.
Okay. Can I take this?
Yes.
I'm ready. Yeah. So, Steve Nificent with the amazing voice over there is the Sorcerer Supreme of Earth, which is like really cute.
Yes, the Sorcerer Supreme!
Some might say he's the 616th guardian of this Earth. I don't know. I'm from a different dimension. My name is Clea. I am Steve's gorgeous assistant, and I'm the daughter of Dormammu, his eternal enemy, which is like totally fitting in a Romeo and Juliet kind of way. That's an Earth reference. I'm so proud.
I shall vanquish one day.
And not only am I his engineer, but I'm his fiancé with 2 E's because I'm a lady.
That's right. And because 2020 has been an apocalyptic year, we had decided to push off our wedding that was going to be filled with lots of guests and gifts. And I mean, I was planning a hell of a bachelor party with
Loki?
No, Guardian from Alpha Flight.
Ooh, he's cute.
Jim Hopper, I think is his name.
Sure.
I don't know.
I think his last name is Hudson, like the Hudson Bay Company.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
I don't know. I always see him as Guardian. I know him as Guardian. I'm always like, how's the maple syrup?
It's a good question. These are the important questions. I don't understand why we had to postpone the wedding, but I will do anything that Steve Alicious wants because I love him.
Speaking of questions, I know we asked.
Good segue.
We asked. I am host, Clea, of New York's 17th best advice, traffic, and culinary show. Don't forget the 9:30 hour. We're going to be talking about meringue pie.
Don't feel bad because they do pipe in the Fraser Crane show and it's like really good.
I will never claim the Fraser Crane show is good. He is my second nemesis after Dormammu.
Well, you have more hair than him, so you've won.
I have more hair than him?
Yeah, he's bald. He's like super bald.
Haha. My potion worked. Very well. That's why you know I am the Sorcerer Supreme.
Yes.
Clea, let's move on into... We asked our faithful listeners. We have listeners on Patreon. We have listeners on Twitter. What is Twitter again?
It's like a cute little demon bird from the dark dimension, and he flies in through the window, shatters all the glass, bursts into flame, and screams their questions at us.
That is very true. I, as the Sorcerer Supreme of Earth, can confirm that Twitter is a secret tendril connected directly to Dormammu.
Yeah, it's like a garbage fire. I love it.
Every time you use it, it is quite terrible. But it's nowhere even close to the next place that we got some questions. The face of the book.
Oh, yeah. The Facebook, super evil. Even in the dark dimension, we know that it is possessed by one of the most evil people of all time.
I believe Mark Zuckerberg is your cousin.
A cousin, like first cousin once removed. I don't really love to claim him because he's like really unfortunate. But yes, we are related technically.
I will say that I once fought him to a standstill in a San Bernardino In-N-Out parking lot. And the only reason I beat him was because I was carrying the 7 rings of Agator.
Well, he's pretty powerful. So.
And an animal-style cheeseburger.
The most important thing is that you won. Did you get a animal style or did you get a double-double?
Got an animal style.
Jokes for California people.
That's right. But let's go. We're a bit of time in here. Let's talk about. It is the holiday season. It's been 2020. Let's answer some listener questions. So, do you have those prepared, Miss Clea?
I do. Okay. Steven, can you hear me?
Oh my God, she called me Steven. Did you hear this?
This is Clea. Can you hear me, Steven?
Yeah. Yes, I can hear
Okay,
you
good.
because you're calling me by my name.
Good. So our first question is from Balooey. And Balooey asks, do either of you have a one that got away and are they invited to the wedding?
Oh, interesting. One, like in a romantic sense.
They put quotations around it, so I'm going to assume it's romantic.
You know, if I were to say there was one that got away, there is a fella out there, and he has very good looks, and he's not, let's say, he doesn't have the best eyes, but he has a silky voice. Mr. Matt Murdock, one night there was a cold New York night, and Mr. Matt Murdock put a soft billy club on my shoulder, and I will say that was...
Sure it wasn't a hard billy club?
Easy, Clea. Easy. That was probably the most eventful 2-week period of 1972. Yes, I did meet him in the Bronze Age. What of it? Magic spells keep me young. Anyways, that Mr. Matt Murdock, he's a lawyer. You know,
he's educated.
His income is more steady than that of the Bitcoin of the Dark Dimension.
Don't talk about Bitcoin like that.
In the Dark Dimension, it's called Batcoin. Anyways, that would probably be the one. I don't know if he's going to get a wedding invitation.
No?
Probably not.
I mean, that's hot. So he could come if you wanted him to come.
Who is your one that got away? And be careful to not make me jealous.
Well, most of my ones that got away live on different planes of existence. So to get them to the wedding would be like really tough. You know, like...
I can just use the fangs of Allah.
Okay, then I would like to invite Beelzebub and Asmodeus. They're the ones at the top of my list. They're like low-level demons in hell, but they're super nice guys, and they're like great party time.
You literally want to invite Satan to our wedding.
They're not... Look, Satan is not invited. Him and I are not on speaking terms.
Beelzebub is Satan.
No, he is a lord of Satan. He's a duke of hell.
Oh my.
Have you not seen Good Omens?
You think I have time for Good Omens? I'm making the Good Omens out there.
You have to catch up on it in the Dark Dimension. It's the most popular show, 12 seasons.
Good Omens is the most popular show in the Dark Dimension. I actually think it would be like Duck Dynasty.
Look, the Duck Dynasty is the most popular reality TV show. Although, if I'm going to be honest, Dance Moms is creeping
Not
up.
quite reality for the Dark Dimension, though. There's no ducks in the Dark Dimension.
Alternate reality.
I got it. It's alternate reality TV in the Dark Dimension.
Yeah. Oh, you know who else I would like to invite? And since I'm making the wedding list, I'm going to invite him. I really think that we should also invite Prince Philip Windsor.
Prince Philip Windsor?
Yeah, like he's an ex of mine. We keep it on the DL. I kept him from going to the moon, and so it took us a long time. I mean, yes, that is, you got that the right way around. I boned Philip.
By the images of Icon, I conjure a secret curse on the House of Windsor that all
Strickens
future
with a male pattern
heirs
baldness
shall be bald and have giant ears. And by the way, I don't know if you know this, but the Sorcerer Supreme can retroactively send a spell back through time. So all I have to do is Google a picture of Charles. Aha, it worked.
William, too, don't forget him.
One strange Windsor 0.
Hey, Stephen, can you hear me?
I can't believe
this is Clea. Can you hear me?
I can't believe you're calling me by my name.
Just for the bit. Shall I go on to the next question?
Let's go, my dark darling.
At RG Gonzalez asks Stevie and Clea, your ideal honeymoon place.
Oh, interesting.
Ooh. I would have to say the River Styx. I know it's really bougie right now and it's super popular in the Dark Dimension, but I've never been there. And it's like the Mona Lisa, you know, like if you go to France, you've got to see it. So we're going on honeymoon, so we got to go to the River Styx.
I haven't told Miss Clea about this, but I have an adventurous idea for our honeymoon. I would like us to go. There is a place on Earth. It is called the IKEA. And you go there, and there is all kinds of handcrafted furniture made out of...
TaskRabbits?
No, it's more made out of paper. It's like a lot of beds and bobkins and cabinets made out of paper. Thin paper, crappy paper. Because part of the trick is that they want to cheat their customers. And I want to go to this place because there's beds everywhere. We crawl in one of the beds. We put the sheets over our heads. Maybe we have some dark delicacies. Who knows? And
I mean, you'd be the only one having dark delicacies.
And then we wait until they turn the lights off, and we see if we can survive in the IKEA for 24 hours.
Ooh, and we can eat the meatballs. See,
How do you know about the meatballs? That was a surprise, Clea.
I know everything.
Damn you and your dark magic.
When you said there's a place you know, I thought maybe you were going to talk about Bedrock, and I'm glad that we sidestepped that song.
That is a very deep-cut Flintstones joke for people out there.
Look, Stevie, this is our show. We can talk about whatever we want.
There is a place I know where the hipsters go, and it's called Bedrock. Twist, twist. That is a joke only for two people. Let's go to the next question, Clea.
Okay, so the next question comes from Mac Angus, who asks...
Wait, say that name again.
Mac Angus.
I think I met him in the porn scene in the 1970s.
Oh, boy. Is that where you met Matt Murdock, too?
Well, that was in Hoboken.
In New Jersey?
We live in New York.
But Matt lives in Hell's Kitchen.
You saying he can't travel to Hoboken? It's right across. It's literally a 20-minute train ride.
I guess I'm saying I think Hell's Kitchen is fancier than
To
Hoboken.
all our Hoboken listeners,
love you, baby.
You hear the demon, the dark demon daughter who does not like you.
Look, New Jersey is pretty much sticking up out of the dark dimension, so I know from Hoboken. Next question comes from Mac Angus, who asks, what did the holidays look like in the dark dimension?
What do the holidays look like in the dark dimension? Now, Clea, we should clarify that we have been splitting our time between the 616 universe.
We're by Universal.
Greenwich Village. And also the dark dimension, because you have a house, you have a little cottage there, gifted to you by Dormammu, the dark enemy who I shall defeat and destroy one day.
We have sheep called Woolies.
And yes, we do have sheep called Woolies. what have we just been going back and forth, right? Watching a lot of grand designs.
Trying to get, Kevin McLeod. We should invite him to the wedding.
Kevin McLeod is invited to the wedding because he is a wizard of the Sixth Order.
Yes, he is. He's very powerful.
But what are holidays like? Are we going to spend the holidays in the dark dimension?
Maybe. Although right now New York is pretty low-key evil, so I'd be cool with staying here for a little bit. But we have actually talked about holidays in the dark dimension on a couple of our holiday specials in the past. And they're a lot like Earth holiday traditions, but instead of giving things like socks and books, we give things like decapitated heads or the bones of your enemies boiled into a soup or a candle made out of their tallow. Like, it's a lot more, festive.
Are there many spiderweb trees?
Well, the spider webs, we used to twine the little Christmassy lights around, little fairy lights, whatever you call them here on Earth. But
Christmas lights?
Yeah, like
Yes.
fairy lights,
Right.
you twine them through the spider webs.
All right.
I mean, remember, Stevie, a few years ago, we brought you and you were really worried about what to give my daddy for like the holiday season.
I gave your dad a curse of the 9th level. It shall retroactively unwind him from existence until suddenly he never existed at all.
I mean, I did think it was really funny when he opened the door because I didn't tell him that you were coming, and you just said, Dormammu, I've come to bargain, and he got really mad. I thought that was such a good joke.
I asked, and I finished it up with your life, and I shot him with the rings of Ratoon.
Yeah, but I think he came out. He came
He
out
did not
okay.
see that coming.
Yeah, so things in the dark dimension, they're just like
I
holidays
do
are
want to
much more
apologize
festive.
again for vanquishing and obliterating your grandfather, Clea. That was, I did not, he came upon me in the dark bathroom, and I did not realize that was him.
But he's several billion years old,
He
so
looks
like
exactly like Dormammu.
It is-
I shot first, and I didn't think, and I'm sorry.
it's sad. You shot first, okay.
But your dad, evil Dormammu, didn't seem to mind.
No, I mean, Dormammu has no emotional attachments. Like, Dad is a complicated guy, but this year, I think for the holidays, even if we don't go to the dark dimension, I think we'll still make the goat's head soup because that's pretty traditional. And I'm really hoping to hire a chorus of singers of Stevie's enemies, but they're kind of hard to get a hold of. So we'll see. We'll see this year.
All right, next question.
The next question comes from Adam Grunther, who asks, what is your favorite holiday movie to put on? Also, what did you get Wong for the holidays?
Ernest Saves...
Speaking of the one that got away, Wong is definitely coming to the wedding.
Ernest Saves Christmas is the greatest holiday movie ever made. Jim Varney is a wizard of the 2nd level. And not only is he a wizard with wit, but he's a wizard with your heart. The scene where Ernest saves Santa Claus, it cannot be missed. And Wong, I got Wong exactly what he asked for. He asked for a glow bowl.
What?
A glow bowl is a colored LED light that you put inside your toilet, so if you lift it up in the middle of the night, it glows a purple color. That's what Wong wanted.
Huh.
Apparently he's a night peer.
He's a complicated man. I would never have thought of
He
that.
wanted a glow ball. I bought him a glow ball. I thought it was a spiritual thing, but no, it is for your toilet.
Well, bathroom health is key. You
didn't expect a glow ball,
No,
did you?
I was not emotionally prepared to that. But if I can be honest, Stevie, my favorite holiday movie is probably, I know this is a super common choice, but I really love The Shining. It gives me that warm, fuzzy feeling when they're running through the maze at the end. And it's just so satisfying at the end, You're just left so uplifted and happy.
Yes, when the family screams away. And
it's just music to my ears. It's everything I want for the holiday season.
did you have a Christmas in the dark dimension or a holiday season in the dark dimension that was like The Shining? Did you go to some ski lodge and murdered everybody inside?
I mean, that's the only way you go to a ski lodge. Also, I only say Christmas because that is the Earth vernacular. We don't have the same figures. It's not called Christmas.
I know, because you are filled with the dark magic.
Yeah, keeps me warm at
Next
night.
question, please.
Okay, Steven, can you hear me? This is Clea.
Yes, I've heard you enough.
Okay, so the next question comes from I Don't Gets It Usen, who says, Clea, what are your pet peeves? This is a really important question.
What are your pet peeves?
Charity, kindness, Smiles.
Kittens seem to be your pet peeves as well. You don't like cats.
Well, kittens, they're like too innocent. I love a fully grown old cat that's just going to scratch you for no reason and maybe infect you with cat scratch fever. Like, that's how I want my cats to be. I don't want them to be cute and in a Cottonelle commercial. It just makes no sense. Mm-hmm. So I listened to a couple shows and some of them have cats on them, and I just think it's a waste of their dark potential to have them be adorable.
I see. And any other pet peeves that you might have?
My pet peeves include being kind to people on social media and keeping sand out of your bathing suit.
Well, I think everybody has that problem.
No, but in the dark dimension, you want all the sand in your bathing suit.
You want it up in there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All in the situation.
Yes. And any pet peeves at work?
This is work.
Yes, I know.
Oh, you insisting on being called Steven. It's just like, it's not cute.
Yes.
You're such a Stevenificent to me.
Yes, and anything about audio quality?
Oh, maybe terrible. Well, Stevie, it's really hard because I'm a huge audiophile. So in the dark dimension, we have the best kind of music. Sound quality is really important to me. So anytime there's static, or are you doing this on purpose? There's some weird static in here. Oh, this is super annoying. Stevie, can you hear me? Steven! Some other signals coming through. It's so annoying.
Hello, listeners. You're listening to Tex Willerman's Gung Ho for Gunsmoke. That's right. Tex Willerman has... Oh, sorry, I got to put my guns away. Tex Willerman has entered the podcast game, and that is because Tex Willerman is ready to talk about Gunsmoke. All right. You don't need no fancy pants sorcerer supreme out there talking to you about nonsense and traffic and demons and stuff like that. We are a good, holistic show here in Texas, and Tex Willerman is here to wish you happy holidays and terrible holidays to people I don't like. I wish that as well. Now, of course, I do this podcast about myself, talking about the great show Gunsmoke. And I don't ever do it alone. I always bring in a good old sidekick. But since this is the first episode, my sidekick doesn't know what's going to happen here. Oh, sorry. Random gunshots going off. Hold on. Got to be careful with them guns. Gun safety, everybody. And I got to call in my old sidekick here. Good old friend of mine. The podcast. They have no idea that they're going to be on this show. And let me tap in the phone here. Let me give him a ring. Bring him on the show. Hope he answers. Hope he picks up soon.
Guten Abend?
Kurt, the Incredible Nightcrawler's a good old best friend, Tex Willerman.
Hello, Tex.
How you doing, Kurt? By the way, you're on a podcast.
Okay.
You are being recorded on the first episode of Gung Ho for Gunsmoke. Now, I know some people out there might be like, okay, Tex Willerman, Kurt, you might be thinking this as well. You might be thinking that I stole this from Bonanas for Bonanza, that other guy, Dalton Wilcox. And I'm just going to tell you that Dalton Wilcox and I have been enemies for a long time. We are deep into a blood feud, and that was in no way inspiration for this podcast.
Was ist das, Tex? Was ist Gunsmoke?
Don't worry about it, Kurt. Gunsmoke is the greatest show ever created. That's what it is.
A gunshot?
Yeah! Oh, I'm just excited. That's why I'm throwing off gunshots, Kurt. But Gunsmoke is a show that starred James Arness and various other actors that you should definitely know about.
Are any of them German?
Say what now?
Are any of them German? I only know German actors.
No, not a damn one of them. But Gunsmoke,
Austrian.
Gunsmoke ran for 20 seasons. 20 seasons of amazing television.
That's probably about 19 too long.
I think it's 19 too short. I think we should have got 42 seasons. See, I don't know math at all. But it's all good. But I'm here. I know, Kurt, I'm ready to watch these episodes live with you on the air, over the phone. Technology has improved so much, Kurt, that I can call you on the phone, bring you in, record a podcast. We are truly living in a Star Trek land.
Tex, you could have just texted me. I would have bamfed over.
You would have bamfed over to record a podcast with me?
Wherever you live, yeah. Instead of you waking me up in the middle of the night in Germany.
Kurt, I just want to tell you that anything you say in a podcast is legally binding in court.
Cannot be used against me.
And you have now agreed to do gung-ho for Gunsmoke.
Well,
I'm going to celebrate.
As a homo superior, I do not know if the laws of man apply to me.
Say what now?
As a homo superior, I do not know if the laws of man apply to me.
They do. Do you hear that, Ricochet?
I do.
My wife's getting mad.
What's her name again?
I don't remember. Julie?
I see you love her very much.
I don't remember. I'm on my second wife now, Kurt.
What's her name?
Julie. I said that.
Does she do the sing?
Does she do the what?
Do the sing.
What does that mean?
Julie does the sing.
You are going some deep core on some jokes here that only like 3 people are going to get.
I do not think that's correct.
I think it is. I think,
Anyway, you interrupted me during my Hail Marys, so how can I help you, Tex?
You were doing some Hail Marys?
Yes, Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with
Well,
thee.
we're doing a podcast. This is a podcast.
Fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, full of grace. Pray for our sinners now and that's the hour of her death. That was harder to remember than I expected. Stop shooting!
Julie don't mind.
Is she still alive? Are you shooting into her right now?
Julie! I'll find out after the podcast. The show is, every episode is going to be about 3.5 hours. And
that's a bit long, I think.
I think it's a little bit too short, actually, to be honest with you. I think you need about an hour for every 5 minutes of Gunsmoke. And
is Gunsmoke a full hour or is this a half-hour show?
You know what? Sometimes it feels like a couple hours.
Okay. Is this the one with Miss Kitty?
Miss Kitty. Marshall Dillon and Miss Kitty. Miss Kitty and Doc and the greatest character ever created, Festus.
Festus, like the Shakespeare character, the clown.
I hope so, but I don't know because Marshall Matt Dillon had an assistant named Festus.
Matt Dillon was in The Outsiders.
That's the actor.
And they're not the same?
They're not the same.
Oh, I see.
This is not that kind of washed-up actor who probably couldn't eat a bowl of noodles if he had a gun to his head, which I do.
Noodles. Please don't shoot yourself light on the air.
Yeah. All right. Kurt.
Yeah.
If you don't know about Gunsmoke, and clearly
I do not.
Clear, you should convince. Aren't you living on that mutant island, Krakoa? How often you going there?
Oh, yes. Well, I live here, and I am currently writing the mutant religion, so it's a lot of work.
I think that's the perfect time to introduce some Gunsmoke into there.
Well, I am watching a cowboy show, but it is not Gunsmoke.
What cowboy show you watching, Kurt?
Oh, I'm watching Justified.
All right, that's acceptable.
Okay.
That is acceptable. If you were going to say something like, I don't know.
Moon Marshals of Mozilla.
No, Moo Mesa is one of the greatest cowboy shows of all time. I was going to say, if you were going to say something like Nashville.
Oh, I don't think that's a cowboy show.
Or Friends.
I think that's not a cowboy show.
We were going to have words, Kurt.
No, there's only one reason to watch Nashville.
Well, I think this is a perfect time for our podcast then, Gung Ho for Gunsmoke, because you can work Gunsmoke in the tenets of Miss Kitty and Marshall Dillon, all the tenets that they talk about in their Dodge City, even though it is a city, Dodge City, one of the greatest Wild West towns of all time. Their morals, their characters, to put your situation, your mutant society on the right step.
Okay, maybe
like Texas.
I do have an important question, though.
Oh, okay.
Well, Texas is technically separate from the United States, so you may have some things there. You did call me. I don't know if you know this, Tex, but it is December 25th. It is Christmas. So
plenty of time for podcasting.
Are we starting with the Christmas episode of Gunsmoke?
No, we're not. We're starting with episode 1, season 1, Matt Gets It, directed by Charles Marquis Warren, screenplay by Charles Marquis Warren,
like every other pilot?
by John Miston, aired on September 10th, 1955. The description is United States Marshal Matt Dillon, the greatest man alive, played by James Arness, of Dodge City, must deal with fast trigger-happy outlaw Dan Grapp, Paul Richards, who wants his way with the town.
Are there any ladies in the show?
There are, Miss Kitty.
In this
the
episode?
hooer of the town.
Oh, I don't think that's a nice word. Especially in Catholicism, we do venerate some sex workers, including Mary Magdalene.
They are sex workers. Julie?
Is Julia a sex worker?
I don't know. Maybe.
Well, if she is,
Maybe that's where I met her. I could be.
I support her decision.
I frequent many bordellos across the West. I'll just say that.
Okay.
I'll just say that. Yeah! Okay.
Texas is not the best. It's in the middle.
I said across the West.
Okay.
Texas is considered part of the Wild West.
Gunsmoke
is in Dodge.
In the middle.
Dodge City, which is in Kansas, is part of the West. It's the Wild West.
Literally in the middle.
Oh, dear God.
Of the country.
I don't know how to help you Europeans.
I'm technically Krakoan now.
That is correct.
It is.
I don't know how you help you Krakoans. So, Kurt, real quick question. What was your favorite scene of the episode?
The episode I have not watched.
Yeah.
I loved it when they strung up...
Wait, is that how this works? You have to see it before we talk about it?
I think so. I loved it when they strung up
Google lied to me, Kurt.
The Christmas lights. And I loved it when they baked their sugar cookies. And I loved it when they were very respectful and did not call their friends in the middle of the night. That was super.
What time is it in, are you in Germany? You can call right now.
I've definitely said both, and that's because I'm a teleporter. Right now, right this second, I'm in Krakoa.
Where is that? What time zone?
Krakoa is in the Pacific Ocean.
Is it?
Sure.
All
it
right.
is now.
Okay. I don't get on boats, so I don't know anything about oceans.
And so...
I stick to the land.
What time zone is Texas in?
Central time zone.
Okay, so...
In the west, in the mountain, but I'm in the central time zone of
Okay,
Texas. The only one that counts.
Where in Texas are you?
Huh? I'm just outside Dallas. I'm south of Dallas.
Okay. Shout out to listeners from south of Dallas.
South of Dallas.
So...
Southwest.
Because
I live in the west.
I am between...
That's why I can do this.
Right now. Because you know, Krakoa right now, he's between California and Hawaii. So
really? You're that close to the United States?
Right now.
That's pretty close.
It's Christmas, so we're assuming you're all kind of low grade right now.
Kurt, I just want to give you and all them mutants warning that if I was the president of the United States, I'd probably throw a missile at you right now.
Well, I don't think he listens.
Okay.
Or she. I don't know what it is in this universe. No. Leave President Jameson alone.
Too late. I'm calling. Nah, that's probably not right.
President Brago does not care.
President Brago?
President Intern Brago.
All right.
We love him. So that means I am technically 2 hours behind California, which is 2 hours behind you. So I am 4 hours behind you. So what time is it where you are?
It's 8 o'clock at night.
Okay, so it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon where I am.
All right.
Super.
Well, see, it's not in the middle of the night at all, Kurt.
I stayed up all night partying with the Summers boys, so I am very tired.
You were lying to me,
No,
Kurt.
my best friend Logan and I, we stayed up all night with his husband Scott.
No.
Now we're tired.
I know Logan. He stayed at my ranch, and you aren't.
You know he's got a husband and a wife now.
You aren't best friends with no dirty Canadian hobo. You're best friends with me, Tex Willerman.
Well, he's my best mutant friend.
All right, I'll accept that.
You're my best human friend.
I'll accept that. And that means subtletory gunshot. Wow!
Now, Tex, what kind of gun are you shooting?
It's a Winchester.
I don't know what that means.
Well, you mutants should learn.
Easy.
Somebody's going to throw a missile at you if you're not careful.
I just teleport through. They threw it at Kitty Pryde. It worked out okay.
You can't.
She rode it through the earth. She
can't
saved you.
Look, we ain't talking about no weirdo storylines about bullets flying through the air.
Also,
through space.
I died in a missile explosion in space with my best friend
How
Logan.
can a bullet move through
and then
a vacuum? It can't. Don't make no damn sense. You can tell that writer didn't ever fire a gun.
Anyway,
especially a big
what
one.
caliber is your gun?
Huh?
What caliber?
I don't know.
Okay, good.
Big.
Good talk. Tell me your thoughts about this episode. I have not seen.
Well, my thoughts are, Kurt, I want to know what do you think about the Gunsmoke theme song? By Warren Barker. Well, it's actually not by Warren Barker. What do you think about this theme song?
It's No Price is Right.
No Price is Right theme song? What do you think about this? Does it set you up?
The flute is very good.
You know they just bring up pictures of the actors on screen and have them smile with their name credit went on?
You mean like every television show title sequence?
Every television. No, like they would like show an old Western time street and then there would be like this little circle cutout that would zoom in.
Like a headshot?
And you'd see like Matt Dillon give you a little wink and a smile that make you like take all your clothes off.
Was it more or less awkward than the original Addams Family introduction? Where
More
they're just
awkward.
staring at the camera.
More awkward, because you can tell that they thought their 1960s editing was something.
It was probably for the 70s.
Yeah.
I was alive in the 70s, you know. It was crazy.
I know. Weren't you being chased around the streets of Germany?
Yeah, just
I think
about
this
then.
episode has gone off the rails, Kurt.
You're the host.
I know. I'm the. Maybe I'm just lonely, Kurt. I'm just lonely. I just wanted to call my best friend.
You have a wife and several horses.
I do have several horses and a couple Piggly Wigglies.
Yes, that's true. Would you like, Tex, if you're feeling lonely,
I am feeling.
would you like to come to Krakoa for New Year's? And
Wait.
we can celebrate together.
Let's be honest about this. Are we talking about human New Year or mutant New Year? Because they're different.
They're not. For human New Year.
Well, I'll talk to Julie about it, but I think the answer is probably yes.
Okay.
If Julie is not dead from a bullet wound
In the next room right now.
we'll talk about it.
How old is Julie?
Huh?
How old is Julie?
Old enough.
Okay, Prince Charles.
Look, the one question you don't ask a lady is, how old are you? That's impolite, Kurt.
But if you were married, you have signed a legal document. She would have had to prove in her adulthood. Unless you have a pagan marriage.
Where are we going? Where are we going with this, Kurt?
I'm just curious how old she is.
She is a respectable age of a lady.
How old are you?
Huh?
How old are you?
Well, that's impolite to answer.
You're not a lady.
I'll be careful. Kurt.
Are you a lady?
I'll be
Is this your
careful.
coming out story?
No, I am not coming out. I came out of my mama several years ago.
How many?
I don't know, 50 or so.
I respect about 32.
Kurt, I am going to angrily fire this bolt in the air unless we move this topic conversation.
Let's go ahead. It's your show. You're the
I still did
host.
it. I still did it. Hey, hold on, Kurt, you're getting a little hard to hear here.
Oh, you.
Hold on.
Texas.
Hold on.
Are you there? Hello?
Hold on. Kurt.
Good noggin.
Kurt.
Good noggin.
Well, I don't know what the hell happened there, Clea, but some Texas hayseed interrupted our feed.
Magic always wins over technology, though, so we triumphed in the end.
That's correct. And I'm going to have some sorcerers, some deep and dark sorcerers who dabble in the dark magic. I call them lawyers. Look into who interrupted into our feed.
Yeah.
Let's continue with the holiday special. Let's go with the next question.
Okay, so we have a couple more questions
Let's
left.
do a lightning round or something like that. Can we do a lightning round with this? Is this an appropriate time for a lightning round?
Why not?
All right.
Why not? Okay, so the next question comes from Frankie Gann, who says, what is Santa like in different dimensions, especially the dark dimension? Well, in the dark dimension, Santa is like a lot more like he is in, what's that movie with the puppets called? Like, he's like Sandy Claus, you know? It's like a Nightmare Before Christmas. Like, he wants to kidnap you and throw you in a tub and, like, drag you around. Like, you know, he's a demon, so he keeps you on your toes. It's really fun. It's like a Krampus, kind of. Have you met any Santas in different dimensions?
There is only one Santa Claus on Dimension 616.
Cinderklaus?
And before I mention his name, I must seal us in a silent spell called the Aknar of Arnes.
Ooh, we should have done that before we started recording.
All right, now we are sealed. I've used my magic powers. That's what they sound like.
I know you're so delicate. You're so sweet
And now-
popular.
I don't know why that keeps happening. I'm sorry. Santa is a demon hunter. He flies across the land, ripping demons out of children. I believe his origin is in your dark dimension.
Woo! I'll claim him. He's
He
popular.
is an elusive beast, and I have tried many Christmases to kill him, to vanquish that foe of dark magic. But once he married Satana Hellstorm, it kind of went downhill.
Yeah, I also think he's friends with Thor because, like, Thor has a chariot pulled by goats and Santa has a sled pulled by reindeer.
Yes, well, many people don't know that Satana Hellstorm is Mrs. Claus. And, once she outfitted his sleigh with missile launchers, it just became difficult. Right. So there you go.
She's powerful, though. I'm into it. Okay,
He's a hell beast of the worst order.
Next question in our lightning round is from Adam Roberson, who says to Steven, rude leaving me out. How do you handle the insanity of Black Friday, especially when you try to deal with all those insane cape and glove sales going on through Times Square?
Well, Mr. Roberson, first off, I can tell you're not a New Yorker because you tend to avoid those areas. What was the area you mentioned, Fifth Avenue?
Times Square.
Yes. You get the hell away from Times Square.
Broadway.
No, I love to do my shopping in Hoboken. That's where I go.
Love New Jersey.
That's where the outlet stores are, and I can tell you can get a 6-fingered yellow glove. Half off in Hoboken. And all you do is you snip off that extra finger, sew up the hole, and it's just fine. Or you leave the 6th finger on there. And then, when you go to the various dimensions, demons think you're more powerful because they don't think you're a human because you have a 6th finger.
See, you can tell that Stevie's cheap, and that's why he doesn't get to pick the wedding budget. So Adam also asks to Clea, how are you?
I'm going to perform a spell of happiness on myself. Oh.
He asks, how do you enjoy decorating the sanctum all throughout the holidays? And how good is the overall holiday festivities of Greenwich Village compared to elsewhere in the multiverse? And then he says, happy winter solstice, Christmas, Hanukkah, and etc. Merry dark magic to all. That's so cute, Adam.
What was this listener's name again?
Adam Roberson.
Adam Roberson. I'm sending you a spell of happy contentment. You will feel it in... now. Didn't you get happy? It's like my beard is rubbing against your face because our hug is so tight.
Yeah, but you don't have much of a beard. You've got a little Van Dyke situation going on.
What are you trying to say here?
I just think beard is generous.
Been a lot of guff from the fiance.
Look, Stevie, you have a very well-groomed beard and you're very well-groomed everywhere else. So, the holidays in Greenwich Village are cute, but they're not as vicious as I would hope that they would be. It could use more goat's heads and more blood, but I do like the lights in the trees. I'm very here for that moment. It reminds me of the Dark Dimension when you have to light little soul fires along the way.
I'll tell you what, Greenwich Village is the only place in the entire multiverse that has responded positively to my seasonal beatnik poetry, which I pull out every year and every birthday party that I can. They are happening cats, man.
Can you give us an example? Can you give us a little sample of your beat poetry?
Walk softly with red cape, feel movement. That's all you got. That's a small thing. I don't want to give it away. I'm saving it for the Greenwich Village people and the bums.
If people like Stevie's beat poetry, please let us know because I want him to publish a book. Next question. Ooh, this is kind of lightning roundy. Christian Lundgaard Kjoller, who I'm going to assume is related to Thor and Loki, says,
all right.
It's a Norse name. It's even got an O with a little slashy through it, and I don't know what sound it's supposed to make.
That's an undaba. I don't know whether that's true or not. In my dimension, I call that an undaba.
Sure. He asks, duck or pork?
Oh, that's a great question.
Well, for a ritual sacrifice, I find that the closer mammalia you can get to a human, the stronger the power of your blood magic is. So I would definitely go pork every time, unless I was looking for speed or maybe levitation, because ducks can fly. Stevie?
I'm going to go for a third option. Kraken is the best. It just is.
Yum, yum, yum.
It has a salty nature to it that goes well. I think
it's pre-brined when it comes out of the ocean.
I think that's why it is so good. And it once you have Kraken, you never go back in.
I kind of thought that maybe you were going to go wild because Stevie's favorite human Christmas dish is green bean casserole. So I thought you were going to say green beans.
Don't reveal my secrets. I'm going to wipe that from your memory. Clea, what's my favorite holiday dish?
Macaroni casserole.
That is correct. Next question, Clea.
Okay, this is our last question.
Interesting.
So make your answer really good, Stevenson. So, the last question comes from Franklin D. Bryant III. Ooh, I wonder if he's a lord. And he asks, Stevie and Clea really should be hosting Valentine episode. That's not a question, but it's a sweet comment.
I shall tell the listeners and the producers of that idea. I'm not opposed to that idea.
Stevie, wait, what's Valentine's Day?
Valentine's Day is
it a solstice?
It is an
equinox.
No, it's not any of that crap. It is a Earth holiday. Where corporations have bewitched the population to hand pieces of paper and chalk candy to each other to make you feel happy, but it actually makes you feel more sad, because if you don't get this piece of paper or the chalk candy, and by the way, this chalk candy like literally gums up the innards, if you don't get a piece of this, you don't feel happy.
Ooh.
It's a self-perpetuating madness spell by these corporations. I've been fighting it for years, but I every time I try to do a spell, it makes it worse.
That is low-key very evil.
By the way, I want everyone to know that in 1994, I attempted to finally get rid of this Valentine's Day, and my spell retroactively changed history, and I'm responsible for peeps. I'm sorry, but it's true. I really thought it was the first time I had used the Timberlands of Tuberculoc, and they just didn't work.
The Timberlands. Okay, well.
The Timberlands of Tuberculoc.
It sounds super evil, so I'm kind of into that.
You would love peeps, Clea. I think you would.
Maybe we'll do
our wedding cake should be peeps.
Ooh. But I kind of want it to be the blood of my enemies. That's traditional in the
It's very similar to peeps.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds correct to me. So I'm going to co-sign that and say maybe we'll do a Valentine's Day.
Half peeps, half blood?
Yeah.
All right.
No, all peeps, all blood.
All peeps, all blood.
Hashtag all peeps, all blood.
Well, peeps are kind of dry, so we'll have to pour some blood into that.
Okay, that's fine. Can we make cocktails with them in it?
With peeps?
Yeah. Like blood cocktails with like a little peep.
I mean, everyone would hate them, so if that's what you're going for.
I mean, that's practically my brand.
All right.
Yeah, I love that. So maybe Valentine's Day special. We'll wait to see what the producers say. And those are all of our questions.
No, I think we have one more question, and then we have one more question.
Okay, why don't you take this one?
Well, it comes in from a person. Why don't you set this up for me? From Ramon here. But there's a section of this that I want to read, but I would love for you to set it up.
Yes, you nailed it. I did not scroll down far enough in my notes. I'm so sorry, everyone, for trying to end this early.
Great question.
This is a great question, and we separated out because Ramon has a fabulous name, and he's one of our international listeners. So shout out to Ramon Fernandez Ayarzagoitia. I'm sorry about your name. It's a complicated and beautiful spell. We love it. So Ramon says, hey, so I got this holiday card, and I just wanted to ask if you could help me figure out what it means. It came in this velvety red envelope, and I think I can hear it whisper dark secrets, ooh, fancy, just outside my comprehension whenever I open it. I thought it was so cute and seasonal, but I'm not sure what the appropriate response is. Can you help me figure this out? And then there's a little note here, Stevie. It seems like he airdropped the message to you.
Yes, I have the message here. You have not read it, Clea, so I'm going to read it live on the air. Here we go, because of course that is the appropriate response. Here's Ramon's messages. As the dark and dreary season comes to its zenith, a dark hand will close upon your shoulder with a chill. I wonder what that means.
I don't know, but I like it.
Warning. Self-destruct sequence has been initiated.
We have a what?
Warp core overload in 4 minutes, 55
We have a self-destruct
seconds.
sequence?
There will be no further audio warnings.
No more further.
That's rude. I need more audio warnings. What is happening?
I don't know. I think. Oh, that happened. That was right outside the door.
It was. Hopefully, it doesn't come inside the door.
Did Ramon secretly? Oh boy. The walls of the studio are literally crumbling right now.
Is this a hex?
I think Ramon tricked us.
I am not emotionally prepared to be hexed right now.
I think Ramon secretly... Oh boy.
Oh, dear.
I think he secretly sent us... oh no, the studio is collapsing.
Oh,
it's
no.
collapsing into this wormhole, Clea. Well,
Stevie, save me.
We want to wish you all happy holidays. Ramon, curse you, Dark Wizard.
Curse you.
Have a great... We'll see you in 2021. Oh no!